So I wanted to share my journey of looking for a stock photo website in 2024. And so whereas I didn't quite land on a full stock photo solution, I wanted to share this website, not the help version of it, but they have been around since really I think like the 2000 early 2010s is Noun Project. And so Noun Project used to start out as I think it was just like not open source, but it was like mostly free. It was like contributor, run, meaning that people that just developed icons could submit them. And the idea is you could search for, we see like a squirrel with an acorn, so we could search for acorn, for instance, and expect to find that. Um, and so, this is in contrast to, of course, now these days everybody is using Canva. The thing I don't like about Canva is that if we were to search like Canva licensing, um, a lot of the times, like when I go to export something in Canva, I just find for one reason or another, it just doesn't seem like half the time when I use an asset from Canva, uh, it seems as though it's like not something I should do, and then people that use Canva are like, don't worry about it, just use it anyway, which I don't really like. But that's not all. It's also that Canva, the problem with Canva is that everybody uses Canva, and so it's kind of like if you want to do anything professional, like don't do what everybody else is doing. I've seen as somebody who lives outside the United States and sees and is on WhatsApp, you've seen the same stock graphics used across hundreds or at least dozens of WhatsApp flyers. Um, and it's like if you're going to do anything professional, it's like have a Canva account. That's fine. It's not that crazy expensive, but it's like if you want to be professional, I don't think you should use Canva. And there's some video stock sites that I'm not going to cover in this video, but I mostly wanted to highlight this Noun project. But other things I checked out was Envato Elements, which is $16 or $17 a month. I've used this before, but in my case, I was trying to build like so I was trying to build a logo for a moving company for a friend's moving business, and so you can just see here from. Let me go back to my screen. You can see here from this search I've just done on Envato Elements. Let's go back to the price really quick. So you can see, 17 bucks a month. And when I go to search for, I've searched up here moving truck. You go down to, I guess, graphics, and I think that's where we kind of want to ideally see it. So let's try to find this. It's 3D, which is super interesting, actually. So obviously you can tell that I am biased towards saying I think that we're going to search icon instead. I'm biased to saying I think a stock photo website is quite interesting, especially once let's like put this one in, and here's your stock. Well, we'll highlight graphics. Here's your icons. But I think the journey I went through was I felt like this wasn't doing it for me as much for whatever reason. And then basically I went into Adobe and then I did the same thing. I put in moving truck and I found the let's go to moving truck icon. I found the experience of this to produce something closer to what I wanted. Um, and now the problem with Adobe is, well, a lot of things. All right, so check out how bad this gets. So as soon as I go to adobe.com, and we'll get there, it's going to load my account, and then loading. I'm going to go to manage. I'm going to go to manage plan. So currently I pay $60 a month already. And Adobe has come under fire, I think, in like news because um, they kind of make it. They're like a cell phone company now. They want you. effectively to like pay into a year's worth of service. So as soon as you going back to their stock product, you can click on it too and see they're just trying to sell you this like stupid graphic for $80. But so here, this is the difference. So, the normal base plan I'm on now, this is the one I'm on. It's $60 a month. But if you just do, this is where if you wanted to get a stock photo subscription in addition, it's about 30 extra. But check this out, you only get 10 assets per month. So if we go back to, I guess, start free trial, and maybe we could see the different plans here. All right, so there's the 30 a month. Here, let's do see all plans. But like that's not all. I mean, look at this. It's like, so in comparison to Envato, which gives you unlimited, this is like, it's not a ripoff. It's just definitely not nearly as competitive. And I think Canva is also around $10 a month. So it's kind of like, this is just, I liked what Adobe did with their search better than what I found on Envato Elements. Like, I think they got closer to what I wanted here with all of this. And then Envato's, search results kind of looked more like this. With this at only $16.50 and you get unlimited usage, it's like a way better deal. And yeah, I mean, this I like it. This is Adobe's library again. I like their stuff better, but yeah, it's not just that they want $30 a month, because if you look at the fine print, um, I'm not exactly sure if I hit select plan. I think it's going to hit me with a confirm screen, and it basically says it in the fine print down here. 1 year term. It's a 1 year term. So whatever plan you're with Adobe with is a full year of service, which is crazy. So I kind of jumped away from this at that point and said, forget about Adobe stock. And I started going back to this idea of working with Canva. And what's nice about Canva is that, like, I don't even know what they're trying to hit me with. I'm too sensitive. What? This is what we all deal with all the time, isn't it? Just random updates that software companies push onto us. So, like, I'd already started for this friend's business, which includes obviously a donkey icon. What's nice about this software with Canva is that you can like super easily just like search something like donkey, oops, donkey, and just drag and drop it in, and like hooray, like now you can just export it. But the problem is, as soon as you go to export anything, you hit share, I believe, and copy link, copy link, see all. Yeah, and then probably like download, and then you can do all this right here. And I just really think it's not too clear to me, what the heck their licensing terms are. I have seen, things that just are not clear to me in terms of like what they allow and what they don't allow. But let's go back to another overall benefit of what makes Canva popular. As you can see on the left-hand side, you have this direct access to stock to be able to use it in your comp here. And so one of the main things I wanted to share, so of course I had previously used Envato Elements. You get everything from like video to, we saw like 3D models in Envato. I would wonder too, let's go check it out, if they allow you to like click around in the 3D models. That would be pretty cool. I'd say why not, if they have. There's the 3D. No, you can't view 360 render, but that's not as cool. But oh yeah, you can. You totally can. That's super cool. But so the idea is that you get everything for only 17 bucks a month. Canva, I don't know, let's go try to see what their price is these days. Billing Pro. I'm paying a Mexican plan. This looks like it's only, that's probably a little over, that's in Mexican pesos. It's probably like $70, 70. So like per month, that's what, like $6. So Canva is like a great product for the price, I truly think. But what's like super cool to me when it comes to where I landed, which I went back in time, I went back to the Noun Project, and I gotta say that like this. Okay, so let me try to just show one final product. So this is another one that I used to use called Designs.ai. Now it's a different product, altogether different class of product, and what they're trying to promise. Let's try to see if we can get to like their marketing page. And I don't know if we're going to get that. So let's try directly the website. It's going to redirect to dashboard. Oops. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to incognito. So they're trying to claim that what they'll do, and by the way, these other products, Canva probably has this, Adobe probably has this, um, but they're basically trying to claim that they're now bringing in generative AI. I laugh because everyone's trying to do this shit, and who knows who's got it right and who's not. But they're trying to bring generative AI into the process, and what that looks like in practice, again, you get a lot of the same stock photo stuff. So you get the video, you get, I guess this is even trying to build you a chatbot. You get logo maker, and in my case, I'm like interested in the logos, and so if I click into logos, I can show you what their product looks like. And it's not like I ran a contract in here because I was trying to make a whole bunch of like stock. Uh, I was trying to make a bunch of stock effectively. So if we click into like, I don't think we want to click into download it. What we want to do is I want to show you guys like what their category of product looks like. I guess let's go to logo maker, and then you can enter, we'd call it like Acme shipping, and then you're gonna choose like from a few options of like in here I'll just select icon. I think we can do one, and we'll say it's in shipping, moving, logistics. There we go, logistics. You can optionally put a company slogan in, and then here you like they just want you to click around like designs that you like. So it's asking which style do you like the most. So, and I think these might all be like random or maybe not. And you just click a few that you like, and they couldn't make this easier. Then you click the color style you like, and then you just click some logos you like, and then you just hit next, and then it's going to generate for you like example logos. So you might not like these, and to some extent, I think when you start using these other tools like generative, generative image generation, they're not necessarily going to come up with. I mean, this is clearly a heuristics-based logo generator because you can see every heuristic we entered. We entered the color scheme, we entered the icon, we entered the name of the company, and so on. It's just putting together different combinations. And so I found like this tool, which I felt like was overpriced. I think it was. So if we go back to the price of this tool, I think we have to go to incognito again. Go to pricing. I think it was like $80 a month. No. $19 a month. Let's do monthly. So they wanted 30 a month. So there were some things it was okay for, but maybe like you're much better off using Canva in comparison to this. But again, I think the snag with Canva is it's really here. Let's do no. We don't want to change the billing. We want to change the plan. No, I guess Canva is a flat rate. But I swear and I think that Canva, the licensing stuff on Canva is not what you want. And I'm not 100%, but from when I looked at it, that's what it seemed. And so I just wanted to point out, so just to wrap this one up, we just looked at designs.ai, which, like, maybe the quality output wasn't so good, but I think that there's this new category of tool as well that, like, you effectively type in what you want and then it will try to deliver back something to you. And this is an older product. I think this is almost predating like the GPTs, so there might be better products like this out there that you could go and consider. But where I landed was this historically interesting product called Noun Project. And one of the compelling things about Canva that I really liked is, if we go back to it, it was, of course, let it load. It was this ability to like have your comp equivalently and then just like be able to drag and drop stuff in here and allow it to, you just go straight from your stock to here. And one of the cool things, so, and I'm also like, I'm an Adobe user. I use Illustrator. I use Photoshop. Like, I think I can see the downsides and the things that people say where they're like, they simply are just heavier tools. But what I found so cool about this Noun Project product, so this is like a company that, again, they were like an open source website in 2010, and now they have like a pay model in front of it, which I feel in a way happy to support. I think I paid $3.30 billed for 12 months. So you pay for, I think it was like $30 for the year. So like, whereas Canva is maybe 70, these guys price at I think it was like $40 a year. So it's like, it's maybe not as versatile as Canva, but what I really liked about it is that they have, go to apps and plugins, they have this drag and drop icons into almost any app. And I don't know, I'm not a designer, so I don't know if this is like standard, but I downloaded the Adobe add-ins, and what you get out of it is something like this, where you can just work in Illustrator, search for, whatever you like, and then it just comes up. And here, I just hit like the download button on this icon, and then boom, there, it's in the app. So I think that's one of the main benefits of Canva, but I think the Noun project has shown through, by way of like an extension, that they're effectively able to do the same thing. And now you're in Illustrator, which I think is a far more professional product than Canva. And granted, I've seen people do things in Canva which are very compelling, but here's a for instance. It's like someone designed a logo in Canva and they used a font that when I went to go implement it in web, like the font just didn't exist. So I think like Canva and I'm sure Figma is a much more professional grade product, but these categories of products can be great at prototyping, not confusing with Noun Project. I know that's what we're looking at right now, but this category of product like Canva can be great for prototyping, but perhaps is not as good when it comes to trying to deliver something professional. And again, this goes back to that argument. Even though Canva is very cheap, you've seen hundreds, not hundreds, you've seen at least dozens of people, if you're outside of the United States, on WhatsApp, they post the same stock onto flyers. And granted, we could imagine that the supply of stock art and stock photography, it's not drawing from some infinite bucket. They're probably reselling out to all of these stock photo and stock media brokers, no problems. But at least it's like, do better than Canva. And when it comes to a Noun project, at least they're only icons, but I still think like for the price point and the overall, just like, it's awesome to see a product that started as open source, and I can tell when I use it, like the design, the level of design that's gone into the product is great. It's awesome. And so I just wanted to just make a video, honestly, to like showcase that, oh wow, like I had this problem of like, I don't want to use Canva, but like and Adobe's too expensive. I used Envato. It's like not as good of a search experience. And Noun Project wound up being far cheaper. So I think it was like Envato is like $17 a month, and then Noun Project is $3.30 per month. over a year, but still much cheaper. And you get the same thing that Canva did, which is it gives you the ability to edit right in the app. So with that, I'm going to get to editing and making a bunch of logos today, and just wanted to share, uh, my journey with stock photography and stock, and maybe hopefully inspires you on your journey with stock photography websites and brokers.